Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Feel Better, Move Better, Be Better stretching session, 6:30 in the morning, February 5th, Wednesday, at Peaceful Warriors Wellness Center, downtown St. Petersburg, 19 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street South. Wanted to say thank you so much for all the engagement that I got yesterday, the likes. What I would really appreciate, if you can, I'm sure each of you also know other people that may benefit from being able to get up in the morning, loosen up their body, stretch a little bit, and start their day off right. So please like and share this video. If you can join me live, that's great. You can always even come down here to the hallway outside of our Peaceful Warriors Wellness Center. And there's room here for about 5 more people, maybe. If you'd like to come join me, you can. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comments down below. Look forward to hearing your feedback and maybe a little bit about your story and what's motivating you. So a couple days ago, I shared that my goal is to be under 240 pounds by June 6th, which is my birthday of this year, and I'm going to accomplish it. Look forward to being on that journey with each and every one of you. So anyway, let's get to what we're here for, and that's stretching. So common problem that people have in our society is rounded shoulders. You may see people that are just sitting at a desk, driving their car, while you're standing there talking to them, and their shoulders appear to be pulled forward and maybe a little bit down. So we're going to help open up the chest and the pectoral muscles a little bit this morning. We're going to work a little bit on calves as well. People that have plantar fasciitis or just normal wear and tear, sore feet, could really benefit from working some of those muscles in the lower leg and feet. So, ready? Let's get started. So the first one we're going to do is for the pectoral muscles. We're going to open up that chest. All you need to do is find yourself a flat surface, a wall, a beam, a post, possibly a door frame would also work. Okay? So be creative in what you're doing here. All I'm going to do is put my hand flat against the wall with my fingers pointing behind me. I'm going to take a step forward with the opposite leg, come into a slight lunge, keeping my body engaged, facing forward. And step out and release. Step forward, 1001, 1002, step back. All right. Remember to breathe. It's a very important part of living. All right. Just feel a nice stretch right across here, right across the top of the pectoral muscle, right along the collarbone. We're going to do a few repetitions of each of these stretches. I find shorter hold and the repetition in alignment with active isolated stretching techniques is the most effective way to stretch and open up the tissue. All right. Now I'm going to put my arm a little bit higher up on the wall. I have to change the angle of my fingers because my arm, I can. I'm going to rotate that arm back behind, my hand back behind me, pointing towards the back wall. Again, stepping forward. This changes the angle of the stretch to more of a diagonal up and down angle. So it's going to change which fibers of that chest muscle that you're going to stretch. All right. Same thing. Go ahead and step on into it, feel that stretch, engage your core, keeping your body in alignment. So we're getting the stretch where we want it. You're going to feel it deeper down towards the bottom of that pectoral muscle at this higher angle. What a beautiful day here in Florida. may have noticed that today I'm wearing pants on the motorcycle this morning, so that's a beautiful day to be out and about. What a great way to start your day, huh? All right, so that takes care of opening up the chest muscles. The next thing we're going to do is you can use a rope, one of these stretch out straps from OTP. You can find these online. We do sell these here in the office. If you're local, you want to stop by and grab one, you certainly can. I'd be glad to offer you one of those. I like the stretch out strap because it's nylon and has a handhold. So what we're going to do here is we're going to put that strap or rope back behind the arm. I'm going to use that strap to help rotate my hand back behind me. So here we're just rotating. We're not trying to pull the shoulder. You're going to keep that elbow in alignment with your shoulder. I'm going to give you a side view here again. All right. You can also reach back behind here if that's easier. It's awkward depending on what your range of motion is. And we're rotating the shoulder. Rotating the shoulder. So I always talk about a couple of things. One, that muscle needs range of motion and flexibility, but it also needs strength in order to create movement. So in this case, should you be going to a gym and you do have rounded shoulders, you can always do this type of movement with dumbbells, with cables, or anything else that is available in a gym for you to be able to practice and strengthen the rotators to help rotate the shoulder back, because we're always rotating it forward with our normal everyday activities. There's really no need to exercise going the opposite direction. Okay, so that's some good shoulder rotation for you. You should be able to at least get to 90 degrees. That should be the bare minimum. Some people will be able to get there, some people will be just a little short. That's okay. It's not a matter of where you're at now, it's where you're going. That's what's important. Okay, so shoulder rotation to the rear. All right, good stuff. All right, so another very important muscle in shoulder rotation and rounded shoulders is the latissimus dorsi. It's also called the lats. It's your wings. You'll see some people will have this nice wide muscle that comes up here underneath the arm. It's a back muscle, but it comes up underneath the shoulder, underneath the armpit, and attaches to the front of the shoulder. So it's a very important one to stretch. So I'm going to start off with my hands over my head. I'm going to engage that core again, squeezing in your belly. You're going to lean all the way over to the left, back up. All right, opening up the side walls of your abdominal core. Thanks again for joining me this morning. It's always better to have company and accountability. So hopefully I'll be an accountability partner for you. You can be an accountability partner for me, because to be honest, it makes it a lot easier to know that somebody's counting on you to be there. So please check in. Know that I'm going to hold you accountable. Hopefully we'll get to know each other a little bit. And if you're not here, I'll try to reach out and say, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? And if you really want to, like I said, come down here and join me here in the hallway. It's a lot of fun. All right, so like a lot of other things that I do, there's different angles. Now I want you to turn your shoulders. Again, try and keep your hips forward. Turn your shoulders to your left. I'm going to pull that side bending stretch, but at that angle that I'm rotating my shoulders. So however far you can rotate your shoulders, that's the angle that you choose. And do that side bending stretch. come back to neutral, rotate your shoulders, lean to the right. One more angle. Now we're going to rotate our shoulders to the right. Lean forward while side bending. That's my favorite one. That's some good stuff right there. And if like me, and you're grunting, groaning a little bit, it's okay, it's perfectly normal. Feel all those ribs opening up. All right, that takes care of the right side. Let's go ahead and go to the left side. Again, find yourself a pole, a door frame, a piece of wall that you can anchor your hand on. Step forward, step back, step forward, hold it, release it. Should feel that again along the top of the collarbone, bottom of the collarbone, top of the chest muscles. Feel better, move better, be better at whatever it is you decide to do. When you're not in pain, and you're able to move and do the things you enjoy doing, enjoy the things that you have to do as best as possible. Going to work, running your kids all over, to school, from school, to activities, from activities. They never told you you were going to be a taxi cab driver, did they? So, anyway, if you're not in pain and you're more capable of movement, it's going to make it easier for you to do those things and do them well. And be in a good mood doing it, because it's hard to be in a good mood and be positive when you're hurting. So, join me in these stretches. Notice that I put my arm higher up on the wall for that second stretch of your chest and pectoral muscles. Opening it up. Improving your range of motion. Good morning. I can feel it. All right. Back to shoulder rotation. Again, taking that strap or rope, rock in the palm of your hand. Put your arm at 90 degrees at your shoulder, 90 degrees up at the elbow. Grab hold of that strap from behind you if you can, in front of you if you can. There we go. Kind of like you're doing the stop thing, but not forward. Rotate that shoulder back. Release. Rotate. Remember, we're not letting that elbow move. The only thing the shoulder is doing is rotating. We're not pulling forward or back. Rotating. Going sideways for you. Starting off at 90 degrees if you can. If you don't have that range of motion, start wherever you're at as best as you can. Rotate. So remember, I'm engaging the muscles in my shoulder. And then I'm adding a little bit of extra pressure in the strap. Okay? Remember to breathe. Shoulder rotation, very, 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 very important. Anytime that you affect any of the musculature in the shoulder joint and limit its range of motion and its ability to actually move so many different degrees and angles, you're going to limit yourself in a lot of different ways. All right, so there's some shoulder rotation. Now we're going to do that side bending exercise, opening up the side of the rib cage. So reaching up above your hands, like you're being held up. Sorry for the bad reference. Like you're celebrating, right? Somebody just won. It's a better reference. A little bit more positive. All right, so now we're going to side bend to the right. You don't have to pull here, just the weight of that arm as you go over to the side will be more than enough to give you that stretch down the outside of your torso. For all of you that watched yesterday, thank you for indulging me in my growing pains. I didn't realize that you couldn't have the camera sideways when you're live, so hopefully today is better and you don't have to look at the camera with your head cocked. It's a good thing we stretched the neck yesterday. All right, one more over here to the side. All right, rotating the shoulders back on to the right. How are we doing, everybody? Hope you're doing great. Hope you're following along. All right. Rotating the shoulders to the left. Side leaning. You, but that feels really good. Now I feel like everything upstairs is a lot more open. So what we're going to work on next are our calves and our feet. Okay? So go ahead and, if you have a mat, go ahead and sit down on your mat. I'm actually going to go ahead and take my shoes off. If you already have yours on, go ahead and take them off too. If you're at home and relaxing and don't have them on yet, that's great. You don't need them. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that strap, put it right around your right foot. You want that strap up closer to the ball of your feet instead of in the middle, you know, where you would put that rung of the ladder if you're standing on a ladder. A lot of times you put it right in that curve, the arch of your foot. So what we're going to do here with the strap wrapped around the ball of the feet, you're going to flex your toes to your nose. So you're pulling your toes towards your body, add a little bit of the strap, relax, stretch. You're going to feel this right along the back of the calf. So there are two muscles in the calf and in the back of the calf that need to be stretched. The top one is the gastrocnemius. That's the one that everybody sees, the nice little cut and heads of the gastroc back there, especially when the ladies are wearing heels, you'll see it very prominently there. If you're going up steps behind someone, you'll see it flexing quite nicely. That muscle is stretched with your legs straight. And yes, you can, if you'd like to, do these seated as well, okay? So pulling your toes towards your nose. Opening up the gastroc. Now the gastroc has two heads and it's a pretty wide muscle. So if you can, rotate your foot to where your big toe is facing your nose and your little toe is facing away from you. And now, pull your toes to your nose, keeping your foot flexed inwards. You're going to notice that that's going to feel a lot more of a stretch towards the outside head or edge of that calf muscle, the gastroc. Okay? If you're getting too much pressure on your little toe, move the strap down just a little bit. Okay? All right, now I want to rotate my foot as best as you can. You will not get anywhere near the rotation to the outside that you do to the inside. The bones of the lower leg will not allow the foot to move very far that way. But try and move it as far as you can towards the outside, the bottom of your foot moving towards the outside, and then pull your toes to your nose. You're going to feel that a lot more towards the inside of your calf muscle. Again, we're going for a 2-second hold, and release, and release. There we go. That's better. Just put a little bit too much pressure on my little toe, that's why I brought it up. All right, so the bottom muscle, the deeper muscle in the calf, does not cross the knee joint. That's important to know because you can't stretch it with your legs straight. It just doesn't get the stretch. And in order to stretch and engage that muscle, you want to bring your heel as close to your body as you can. You can either use your hands, reaching over that knee, pulling your toes up toward your nose. It's a little bit harder to do lying down, but for some people, especially me in this case, because I'm about 40-45 pounds overweight, it can be difficult to do it seated because, let's just be honest, my stomach's in the way a little bit. So, what I'm going to do is bring my knee towards my chest, flexing my toes towards my nose. Now you're going to get the soleus muscle. Remember, where you're at now is less important than where you're going. Whether it be losing weight, gaining flexibility, improving range of motion, reducing the risk of injury for athletes, that's where we're going. That's what we want for ourselves, that's what we deserve. There are way too many things in life that are trying to slow us down. We're going to be proactive and give ourselves the best opportunity to be better. All right, so let's go ahead and focus on the left calf now. I'm going to wrap that strap around the left ball of my foot. Toes to the nose. Feels so good on that calf. Flexing, stretching. So what's really great about the active part of active isolated stretching is that the brain sends out 2 signals at the same time. Well, it sends out a lot more than that, but just to simplify it, the muscle that's creating the movement has to contract. Well, if the other muscle on the opposing side of that movement, it will create the opposite movement, doesn't loosen and relax and open up to the movement, guess what? That bone can't move. That set of bones, that limb. So it's very important to know that as you engage the one muscle, the other muscle has to stretch and open. So that we're using that to our advantage to increase the stretch by engaging the opposing muscle. In this case, flexing your toes to your nose helps stretch the calf. All right, we're going to rotate that foot in, big toe towards my nose, little toe away from me, and stretch. The isolated part of active isolated stretching is because we're actually using different angles or rotations to isolate a specific muscle or a specific part of a muscle. And by doing that, improving its range of motion. again, if you're open and willing to, I'm gonna rotate my foot to the outside now, toes to the nose. Please share your story with me. Let me help you and share what's going on in your life, why this is so important to improve your range of motion, to get out of pain, to stop hurting, and be able to move again. I mean, I've known clients of ours here at Peaceful Warriors Wellness that have a hard time getting down on their hands and knees in gardening, which is their love, their passion, their pastime. I've known people that want to spend more time with their grandkids, but can't go play in the grass or pick them up because it hurts too bad. All this can be a huge motivator in your story, in your journey to do something different. Join me every morning, Monday through Friday here at 6:30 in the morning. And if you can't join me live, feel free to play it later. That's great too. All right, now we're going to focus more on soleus. The knee has to be bent. Toes to the nose. Get a little bit higher on here. There we go. Ankle mobility is very, did I say very important? It makes a difference on how you walk and how you move. And if it doesn't have the mobility and stability that it needs to function, you shorten and adjust your stride. That winds up affecting your knee, which then affects your hips, which then affects your lower back. Pretty soon, it becomes systemic. The body was designed to move. All right. How are we doing on time? All right, it's almost 7 o'clock. Wednesday morning, February 5th. So what I'm going to do now is a little bit of work with actually the different toes on each foot. So it can be very important. Toes are what help create real stability, because you may have noticed that your ankle is at the back of your foot, your toes are at the front. So there's a little bit of a balance thing going on there, and the toes help control that pitch, that angle that you're standing at in order to help keep you standing upright. They are also great for grip, which is very important. Not so much now that we have this concrete jungle and everything is designed to be flat. We're walking on floors, we're walking on sidewalks and streets and things of that nature. We're not going over terrain very much unless you're an avid hiker or a climber or something like that. But for those of you that do like to go down here to vertical ventures and do some rock climbing, toes and fingers are extremely important in what you're doing and your ability to hold on to that surface to be able to move. It's kind of like a cat. Have any of you ever seen a cat, and when you're petting it and it's purring, it kind of does this with its paws, right? And it just can't help it, it just flexes it, right? Well, your toes are just as capable of doing that as our fingers are. But the difference is, of course, we use our hands all the time, so we have all this manual dexterity here. We don't use our feet very much, especially once we start putting them into shoes, which are great, don't get me wrong, and this concrete jungle to protect the bottom of your foot from hot objects, sharp objects. This cushioning helps take off some of the lack of shock absorption in these hard surfaces. So it's important to have shoes, so please don't misunderstand me, but you stop using your toes is what I'm getting to. The toes really don't function for anything other than that last little bit of flexion that you have when you're walking or running. That spring is what it's supposed to be. Okay, so the body's shock absorbers are in the feet when you're running, especially. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to grab hold of the knuckle of your big toe. In this case, I'm going to use my right hand to work with my right foot. I'm going to use my left hand to create the extra little bit of stretch. So there's 2 joints here. I'm going to isolate the knuckle at the big toe with my hand, and then I'm going to move the entire big toe, quote unquote, down. In this case, it's going to look like it's up because of the way my foot is facing. But I'm gonna grab a hold of that, and I'm gonna pull it down for a couple seconds and release. So we're trying to help open up this joint right here, the ball of the foot, the big toe. And yes, you can and should do this with each individual toe, up and down the length of the foot, the width of the foot, okay? So, there we go. Now guess what? Now we want it to go the other direction. We want it to go up. Some people will find it easier to change hands. I find it easier just to keep holding it. I'm going to push with my big toe away from the bottom of the foot towards the top. It's called dorsiflexion instead of plantar flexion. So plantar flexion is towards the ground. The bottom of the foot is called plantar, the muscles there. So that's the bottom. And dorsal, just like some dolphins and sharks and other fish have dorsal fins. Those are the ones on the top of the body. So pulling that big toe up, giving a nice big stretch. And again, we're focusing just on the joint at the ball of the foot in this case. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put my fingers a little bit higher. I'm going to isolate the joint in the middle of the big toe. All right, so now we're not moving the whole toe, we're just moving that one joint, that one limb. Again, pulling it down towards the bottom of the foot. You're not going to get a whole lot of movement to the top because there's a bony structure there that keeps it from going. We are going to go ahead and make sure that it can go as far as it can go. For people that have issues with their toes angling away from the midline of the body where they get pointed outwards, you can also do a lot of sideways movement. You should be doing some sideways movement with each toe as well, so we're going to go ahead and do that real quick. Again, isolating it at the ball of the foot, that big toe joint, pulling that toe towards the midline, the arch of the foot. This will be very, 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 very tender for people that have issues with their toes pointing in, especially women that wear high heels. A lot of times their toes will get stuck in this position. This can be very, very tender. So please do a couple things. One, you definitely want to work it, because otherwise if you don't work it, it'll never get any better or different. But also listen to your body. If it gets to a certain pain threshold, don't cross it. So gently push it, but don't cross it. So hopefully that makes sense to you. Certainly don't want anybody yanking their toe and having to go to the ER. Scott said so. Scott's not saying so. You know, be gentle with it, listen to your body. Work that toe towards the midline. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and rotate that joint. I'm going to do the big toe on the left foot with you as well. Please take the time to do the other 4 little pickies on each foot. So they don't wee all the way home. And then I have a meeting to go to, so I'm going to have to depart here in a few minutes to be able to go to that meeting. But I really enjoyed being here with you this morning and doing the Feel Better, Move Better, Be Better stretching session with you this morning. So again, we're going to go ahead and go with the left hand on that ball of the foot. We're going to pull that big toe towards the bottom of the foot, stretching that joint. Primarily the muscles across the joint. You're actually not stretching a joint. So please, for those of you that like to be really technical about things, know that we're actually stretching muscles. We're not stretching joints. But a lot of where you feel some of your stretches are deep into that joint as you create these movements. All right. One more time to the bottom of the foot. Now I'm going to pull that joint and that toe towards floor in this case, if I was standing, it'd be towards the sky, opening that up, flexing those muscles on an individual basis. Depending on what's going on in your life and what your body's doing, you may even feel a little bit of a click in there. I'm currently getting a click in that big toe myself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a, oh my God, I gotta stop. Stretching, as a matter of fact, you probably need it more than less. Of course, if you have any questions about any of this stuff, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose or prescribe. If you have concerns about anything that you're feeling, or if you need to check with a doctor before engaging in any of these exercises or stretches, please do so. It's always a good idea to consult your medical professional. All right, so pulling that toe up. Again, doing the same thing, isolating that joint by moving my fingers on top of that first part of the toe joint, flexing just the end of the big toe towards the bottom of my foot. Remember, engage a muscle to try to create that grab type effect of your big toe before you add pressure with your other hand. All right. And we're going to go to the side. So I'm going to isolate that joint, push that big toe to the outside, or actually towards the inside, I should say, because technically it's the inside of your body, the midline. I've even seen some people that get one toe bending over and underneath an adjoining toe. Obviously that's not very healthy. It doesn't lead to good foot health, which is, it's your foundation. It's what you're standing on. So it's important to keep your foot functioning properly, your joints aligned properly, and working the muscles and soft tissue by stretching is a great way to do that. Again, using the muscles on the inside of my foot to try to create that movement with my big toe while I'm stretching. Okay, it's very important to remember to engage the opposing muscle moving in the same direction as the direction of your stretch. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great day. Go forth. It's the middle of the week, so it's a great opportunity to make a positive impact on the rest of your week. I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow morning at 6:30 right here at 19 Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street South in the hallway outside of Peaceful Warriors Wellness Center here in downtown St. Pete. Our phone number is 727-822-8866. You can find us online at www.peacefulwarriorswellness.com. You can find us right here on Facebook and other social media platforms. You have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow morning.